I watched Griff the Invisible, 2011 movie. Uh, I watch everything that you can watch for free. I watch this on Tubi. Sometimes the movies I watch through YouTube Movies, a channel on YouTube that has free movies, free with ads, and I do it so that you can go watch it tonight if you like it. Um, I didn't see this promotional thing because if I saw this, the greatest superpower is love, I would not have watched it. I didn't see that. All I saw was a guy in a super suit that said Griff the Invisible. I was like, I'm going to watch this. Turns out it's romance. However, as romance, it's not so much a romance as it is love on the spectrum. You know what I mean? It's and being a little on the spectrum myself, I kind of get it. I kind of enjoyed the romance of this movie. However, it is a very dangerous situation when you're talking about a mentally ill guy who can hold down a job, but in his spare time fantasizes and pretends to be a superhero. He's got a super suit and everything, and using like soaking a suit in lemon juice. He thinks he turns himself invisible. He's mentally ill, all right, and he's on the spectrum. But what he does is he plays like he's a superhero. And he's got this brother who's looking after him, and he's like, you already got picked up by the cops running around in a costume before. I don't want this to happen again. Because he does. He'll run around in costumes and he'll find abandoned buildings and pretend to fight a bunch of guys. And pretend he's a superhero. It's play. It's somewhat dangerous. I mean, if he stayed in his apartment, I wouldn't see a problem with it. But, he could get in a lot of trouble doing this kind of stuff. But his friend is dating this girl, this fictional woman who no woman like this ever existed. All right. First of all, she's a little on the spectrum herself. She thinks she can phase through walls. She's like, there's a possibility that if there's all this empty space between atoms, I could stand on the wall and just find a moment where everything lines up perfectly. I could step through the wall. A little bit crazy herself, but she's dating this guy's brother, and his brother brings her around to meet his little brother that he thought was special and no big deal. It's so non-threatening that he brings his girlfriend around him. All right. Unfortunately, she takes a liking to him. All right. She takes a liking to him and starts to discover that he does this thing on the side. And she likes him, and she's like, I want to play with you, which is very cute. And she does kind of like try to play with him in the best way she could. All right, but here's the truth of the matter. After about 20 years old, women don't pursue men at all. All right, and that's why this is where that detracts a star from this movie. All right, and so in some way she's kind of like encouraging this behavior, and she shouldn't encourage him to do this kind of stuff. But although he likes her, he is like, you need to break it off with my brother. Because his brother kept coming around, man. I keep calling her. She keeps ignoring me. She doesn't answer my, messages. I don't know what's going on. She won't call me back. And she's spending all her time with him. And he's like, you need to break it off with my brother because I have to do this cleanly, which I thought was a very noble thing to do. And it's kind of the way superheroes really are. It's like, I met you because you were dating my brother. You need to make a clean break with him if you want anything between us to continue. Which is a very mature thing to want, even though if you're on the spectrum and you're like wearing a costume and running around the streets, you know what I mean? Fighting crime in your mind. You know what I mean? And it is romantic in the sense that, number one, a woman who pursues a man, especially a man like this, doesn't exist. But it's cute the way she does pursue him, And I like it. And eventually, by the end of the movie, you realize they turn it into a game they play together. And hopefully they do it in a safe way, safe and controlled way. But you kind of assume that because the brother's involved at the end. And it's a very good happy ending. I feel like I spoiled it. Sorry, but it's all real cute. It's all kind of hinged upon the lies like, you complete me. I think this was big in like Jerry Maguire romance era. It's like the idea that two people complete each other. It's far more common than you think it is. But I mean, in many ways, you can write a character in a romance and create two characters in a romance that actually do complete each other as people. And so that's kind of what this is. A lot of this is based upon. It's the myth that two people can complete each other. And yes, it's true, but it's rarely as clean a fit as in this movie. And so it's the other lie is I can fix him or her, you know. And both of these characters looked at each other like, we could trim some rough edges off here, you know. And they looked at each other, and so in a way, like, and so a lot of people will think that when they get into a relationship where they're like, I could fix that person, I can sand them down so that they are a better fit for me, you know. And that's kind of I don't know, kind of a lie, kind of a, I don't know, selfish lie. And you know, and it destroys the person, really. You can't really fix anybody, but you can, you know, make something work. Anyway, Griff the Invisible. It's a romance, so take that with a grain of salt. I usually don't like romances, but as romances go, this is a 12 of 13 star romance. Very, very good. And I think it's only because I'm a little on the spectrum. It's only because I, at one time when I was like 14, like dressed up in a superhero outfit and ran around the neighborhood looking for crime. I didn't find anything. There was a missing cat. Someone posted a thing on a telephone pole. I looked for the cat. Couldn't find him.